So, hello, Capricorn. I'm Karen with Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. We're going to take a look at this is a love reading, singles love reading, looking for love. Love. This will be approximately beginning of May to the beginning of June. And we're going to take a look at the current situation, past and present influences, negative and positive influences, what you don't see, challenge, future influence, and outcome. We're going to use Barbieri Tarot today. Well, let's get moving here. A couple more shuffles. I do shuffle before I hit the record. Okay, I'm just taking a minute, getting into the Capricorn energy. Feeling a little solemn. I don't know where that's coming from, but I had this just very not bad, but definitely not good either. Like energy, maybe feeling a little bit wondering. I know. Okay, it's a tarot reading, and I'm watching this, and you're saying I'm wondering. Yeah, I know, but that's how I felt. So I'm just gonna say how I felt. Okay, I'm gonna cut the cards, and we'll get going here. And just as a heads up, I do personal readings. Link to my website is below, and now let me focus on our reading. Capricorn, current situation in love life. King of Pentacles. So this matches my weekly reading. And past influence. Six of Pentacles. Present influence. Hierophant. Negative. Eight of Wands. Positive. Page of Swords. What you don't see. Page of Wands. Okay. Challenge. Knight of Pentacles. That's always a challenge. Future influence. Two of Swords. And I won't talk about the outcome yet. Okay, so bottom of the deck is the Empress, and I do feel like, this is basically about there's something that you're nurturing here. Here's the thing. The current situation is the King of Pentacles. And I feel like these are two pretty good energies to combine, as far as opposites. But they're not opposites. As far as a couple, I do feel like this is an energy, and I do feel like you have someone in your life right now. I think overall, this is a relationship that you're in, probably male or female, it doesn't really matter. But it is feeling overall stable. But there's some energy lacking here, and I think you're wondering, how to proceed. That's where the solemn feeling I had, I think, came in, is it's stable and it's good, but there's this energy missing. I'll talk about that with that negative influence. You may also feel like this person may be I don't know. It feels stable. Overall, I think it feels good. So let's get into the reading, because I'm not feeling anything super negative here. There's a couple tough cards coming up. So past influence is the Six of Pentacles. And I feel like, and that's this card over here. And in this deck, it talks about teamwork, and it's exactly what it is. He says, I can't fly like this and do great things if I didn't have someone to build my suit. So I feel like whoever this is in your life has brought you something that has made you feel better than, like, has, like honed into something that's been important to you, or made you feel like a better person in a certain area, or has brought out something really good in you, that you feel like had to do specifically with them. And I feel like this relationship, that's why I feel like it's good. So that's kind of, I think, how it started, though, because you feel like they brought this, you've been able to, bring this together because you feel like, oh, they brought me something really great. Like I feel whatever, some area in your life, they make you feel smart, pretty, handsome, sexy, loving. They're bringing something out in you that you haven't felt in a long time. And it did make you feel like, wow, I can do this. But I do believe in the present time there is a commitment issue, and I feel like this is the issue. Do I make a commitment? Do we move forward in a committed relationship? I also feel like this may specifically have to do with something spiritual. I don't know why I got that. Maybe it's just because it's the Hierophant, but I do feel like this is an influence that's happening right now. And this is where you're at right now. There is, I think, I don't know if you or them said, hey, let's, be committed, and, do we move forward in a committed type situation? But there is a hesitation here. Definitely. And the future influence is Two of Swords. So there is a decision that you're trying to make here. And I think that's basically why you're probably watching this reading is, yeah, this person seems really good. Are they really good? And so far, I would say, yeah. I mean, overall, if this situation is resonating with you, then overall, I would say yes. Your negative influence is the Eight of Wands, and I feel like this is where you do feel like some kind of forward movement is missing. You feel like, and it may be that you feel like that you want a committed relationship, but they're not moving forward with that. Or there could be something lacking in the relationship that you feel needs to be there. And that's the Eight of Wands energy, and maybe passion or something. There's something there that's not moving forward as you would like. And that's feeling very frustrating, because I feel like you feel like it's really good. It feels stable. It's got the right ingredients. They do something that makes you feel very special. But there's something lacking here. And I think it's the forward movement. And she's definitely moving forward here. The Eight of Wands is a little bit different in this deck, but only a little bit. They just show it as a person instead of, just 8 wands flying through the air. She's got 8 legs and moving forward. And she has the energy because she has 8 legs, right? It's not a slow card. So the Page of Swords is your positive influence. And I feel like this is about being clear. There is going to be, I think that if you're clear, and I think you have that, there is some honesty here, there's some clarity here. There's also some protection here, which I really feel like is kind of cool. I feel like you guys have the ability to protect each other, stand up for each other, but not, it's more protection. And I feel like, too, that could have to do with this Empress, the nurturing of this situation. I just feel like overall you don't feel like it's moving fast enough, and that's the biggest issue here. But to know that you're both kind of standing your ground, and that's how I believe too. The Page of Swords says, staying true and standing your ground, and not necessarily for what you believe, but kind of like in a protecting kind of mode. And I do feel like that is happening. I do feel like too that you feel like they could protect you one way or another. Like you feel comfortable to be vulnerable with them, because I feel like that's what that Page of Swords is also saying. So what you don't see is Page of Wands. And I feel like this is a new beginning. I think what you don't see is the fact that you guys are still learning about each other. The pages are young. The wands do show passion, and I do feel like the page of wands specifically is a forward movement card. Like they're learning something, but wands courts move quick, and so there is movement here. It's the page movement of learning, understanding, because that's what pages do, because they're young, they're taking stuff in. And I feel like that's the energy that you're not seeing. And I think this person in your life is gathering information before they move too quickly. And I feel like that's why you think that it's moving slowly. It's not, but you feel like it is. And what you don't see is they're doing informational gathering. I mean, like if any of us have been hurt before, we know we don't want to jump into something really quickly because, we weigh things out a little bit, and sometimes too much, absolutely. But I don't feel like this is in their head. This is just a time where before they take that next step, that they're going to gather everything they can, because I do feel like once it goes quickly, like because of the Eight of Wands there and the Page of Wands here, and again, it's a court card and it's a page, so it's a start. But once those wands courts take off, they take off, and there's a lot of passion there and a lot of motivation. So I think it's just an informational gathering thing that you're not seeing right now, and that it is going to start moving a little more quickly. The challenge is for you, absolutely, Knight of Pentacles. You feel like it's moving slow. Again, though, if this person is the King of Pentacles, they are a little slower, and not in the respect of slow. They make things last. That's what the Pentacles are. They're about stability. They're about our home, our roots. They're earth, just like you. And they want to plant those seeds, and they want to make it stick and be, almost like a forever. That's the way they look at it. But those things can take time. And that is frustrating right now. And this is what is challenging you. And you are in a point where in the future, you're going to be going, what do I do next? Two of Swords. She is kind of protecting herself as well. So this Two of Swords is slightly different to me in the respect that I feel like she's also protecting herself. But it is also a decision that you'll have to make. You'll have to decide, do I put this knife down or not? Do I battle this, or do I let it happen? And I just think this is an influence. You're going to have to make a decision here. And depending on the decision you make, the outcome is the Ten of Cups. And I do feel like not only is this, in this Ten of Cups, is it, a strong relationship, but it's being in a beautiful place, period. Like, this place is beautiful. It's up to you to be here. You can be here alone. You can be here with somebody. But this Ten of Cups means that, I do feel like this can totally be a really good thing. I do feel like there's a lot of positive stuff here. I feel like the only issue and the only reason why you're probably watching this video right now, if this resonates, is because it's moving slower than you'd like. And I think what you don't see is the informational gathering that they're doing, and that you may be doing as well. Because at that point, that's where the decision comes in. Do I hang out and wait? And I think if you do, things will be beautiful. Look at this card. It's beautiful. It really is. It's one of the best Ten of Cups, because it's not only depicting a relationship, because it doesn't. It shows you that you can be in this really great, beautiful place. And that's where this is all headed. Depending on how you make, what you end up choosing to do. Do you wait? Are you going to be patient? Are you going to push it? And then, free will, so things will happen. But if you want it to happen, then you can nurture it. I don't feel like there's any super negative, like watch out for this or that or the other thing. There's nothing like that happening in your reading today. So there you have it, Capricorn. I think things will be really good this month. I think you're definitely moving in the right direction. Just when you come to that decision mode here in a little bit, I mean, that's up to you. You're the only one that knows what to do for you, right? Especially as far as relationships go. And I don't feel like there's this ultimatum, though. You're not going to do that to them. You're not going to say, I want this or this. You're not going to do that. You're making your decision in your head, and you will either stay or you will go. I feel like if you stay, the outcome is the Ten of Cups. And again, though, free will, because this is a general reading, so it would totally depend on your situation. And anyway, there you have it. I hope this resonated. If it did, please hit the like button, give me a comment. I appreciate all of the things. So take care and have a beautiful day or night.